Hi everyone, my name is Andy Smith. I'm one of the land administrators with Lane Council of Governments. And something we want to show you today is we have set up the ability for our VPN users to self-service password reset. So basically what this means is from any computer with an internet connection, once the initial setup has been completed, you'll be able to go to office.com and reset your password. And what happens is that password gets updated and written back down to our on-premise Lane Council of Governments domain, and it'll become your new sign-in password. As you know, your Outlook/Office password is the same. So when we came up against this about 2.5 months ago with everybody's passwords needing to be reset, we realized that VPN users were having a hard time, so we hope this will help. So what I'd like to show you today is just a brief demonstration of how that works. So like I said, the first thing that's going to need to happen is there is some initial setup that's required. And what you're going to do is just go to office.com. I'll also be sending out a link with this email that will take you directly to the screen where you would be setting this information up. Basically, what it's going to do is establish how you're going to verify your identity to reset your own password, because obviously resetting your own password can be kind of sensitive. So we want to make sure, and Microsoft wants to make sure that you really are who you say you are. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a couple pieces of information. You'll see on this next screen, when you sign into Office for the first time after we enable this, you're going to see this more information required. And basically what it's going to be doing is just setting up that additional information. So I'm going to go ahead and say next to that. And what we're going to be doing is providing a authentication phone and authentication email. So authentication phone is going to be a mobile device. Authentication email, it can't be your LCOG email for obvious reasons. If you don't know your password, you might not be able to get into your email. So we would recommend using a personal email address. Now, please remember, this isn't required. This is something that if you want to opt out of it, you can. You don't have to do it. But we think this will make your life easier. So I'm going to go ahead and set these two pieces up. I'm going to pause the video and then I'll come right back to it. Okay, I'm back. So I went ahead and went through the setup process. Very simple, just tying it to a phone number and a separate email, alternate email from LCOG. So I went ahead and done that. So as you can see, I'm using a test account called passwordreset@lcog.org. So one thing that's going to happen is once we enable this, we're going to be sending out a shortcut that's going to arrive on the desktop of the VPN users that will provide a real easy place, should you need to reset your password, for you just to directly link to Microsoft's password reset page, which I'm going to show you next. But if you don't have that for some reason, it's very simple. This forget my password link that you've always seen that we've never had set up is set up now. So let's just pretend like I don't know my password. So I know my email address, of course. I'm going to say forgot my password, so I'm going to click next. So it's going to populate the user ID with your email address. If this isn't in here correct, please put it in there. Provide the proper letters, which I know everybody loves, especially me. This one doesn't look too bad. So here's where it's going to verify who you are. So it's going to do two things. And you'll also see, as VPN users, that you're going to see a couple other options here. Once you've originally set it up, that you'll recognize the multi-factor app, which you're all using, will be an option for you to either display a code or receive a prompt. You're welcome to use those. But basically for this setup, Microsoft requires an alternate email address and a mobile phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and say email my alternate email, so it knows what that is. It's going to send me a code. Okay, it took just a second for it to show up. It's here. Put that in. No, I'm not having a problem, but thank you, Microsoft. Click next. Next thing is it's going to send you a text message. 2 pieces of information required to do this. So it doesn't display my number, but of course I know my number. I'm going to go put that in there. Say next. I'm going to get my text message. Put in. Say next. And this is basically where I set my password. So a couple things to remember is, remember our password policies at LCOG. Minimum of 14 characters, cannot be something you have used in the last 10 passwords. Doesn't have to be exactly 14. Doesn't have to have a capital letter. Doesn't have to have a number or a special character. Just a minimum of 14. This says up to 256 characters. I don't know if I'd go that long, but a lot of people get stuck on the 14. It has to be exactly 14. It doesn't. Just a minimum of 14. Recommend a passphrase, something that's easy for you to remember. But basically, once you reset this, you click finish. That password will be updated. On our last test we did with a VPN user, literally by the time he got back to his computer, it was already written down back to LCOG, and the on-premise password was changed. Nothing is foolproof. Nothing is guaranteed, but we do believe this will help you a lot when it comes time to update your passwords. Of course, we can always do it on premise like we did before, but this might enable you to get quicker service and get things taken care of. If you have any problems setting this up, something doesn't seem right, please put in a ticket and we will be able to help. So hopefully that helps you out, and hope everybody has a great day. Thank you.